Hello and welcome to my video. Today, a little bit about some interesting USA stamps. Let's get started. USA, an issue of 1869 with no apparent grill. No matter how I looked at it, I could not find even a trace of a grill. Now, is it pressed out? Or is it a treasure? Well, I feel it is definitely more work for the exportizer. I think he would be able to figure this one out. So we'll have to wait and see. And older multiples, even in the lower values, are always attractive and usually carry a premium. Yeah, very nice looking as opposed to just a single stamp. So-called special printing were issued for a limited time in full sheets to supply collectors, dealers, etc. Most popular in this format, blocks of 4 with arrow and guidelines. Arrow here, like on the left, and the guidelines. Very nice way to collect, especially if all 4, and that's all there is in the sheet, aside from all the other regular stamps. Nice to get the set. Here's another example, but of much better value. This one, $156 for the set. An unusual tiny arrow on the left block right here, which I don't know why it is that small, but quite interesting as opposed to all the others. But they all seem to vary somewhat in size. So maybe that's just the normal way. Still a nice set. In Nevada, state revenues about of the 1860s. Various examples are listed on eBay at moderate prices. Very interesting, especially interesting designs, simple but effective. And they do come in what appears to be either perfed or rouletted here and imperfed. Here also looks like a maybe sewing machine perforation, stuff like that. So evidently they come in various formats, and I'm sure they must be listed in some specialized catalog, which I do not have. Here are a couple of blocks, and again, blocks are always quite impressive of almost any stamp. Yes, very nice. Postage currency of 1862 was authorized by Congress due to a lack of small coins to ease business transactions. These notes in crisp condition have good catalog value. Unfortunately, the shown example, front and back, are relatively poor condition, creased, and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, an example to show. And here, a rather difficult stamp in regards to color. Yes, very difficult. My scanner or microscope are definitely not accurate in showing the actual colors. The auctioneer feels that the one with the question mark here, which he looked at very closely, could possibly be the blackish violet. And once again, I think the expertiser will have to have the final word on that. The cropped stamp on the left, which is this one, the cropped version, you can see the scanner gives me this color and the microscope gives me this color. So, not accurate whatsoever. But in reality, the stamp on the left, this one here, is without very little doubt the steel blue version, which in itself is quite an attractive stamp in regards to catalog value. Here, with the Colombian issue, the left stamp was labeled as a jumbo. But is it? It probably depends on how one looks at it. Are the large margins as shown, or is it because of the vignette? I'll show you. You decide. The 4-cent vignette is shorter, as you can see right here. We're lined up here as best we can, and here you can see that the blue vignette is shorter than that of the green stamp, as well as another example lined up here, and you can see that it is shorter again against the 8-cent stamp. And it is also smaller vertically as compared to the other two values. As you can see, lined up here and shorter here, and the same here. 4-cent blue, green stamp 3 cents. How much difference? Well, is it perhaps it should be called a mini with a jumbo margin? Why the size difference? Perhaps normal, or maybe there is a difference in the printing process, wet and dry printings. I am not sure. I could not find a satisfying answer to these questions as yet. I will keep trying. Mint not hinged margin stamp of 1857. Sadly, it is creased, probably not very visible in the scan, but take my word for it, it is creased, sadly. The mint hinge catalog value for this old-timer is a modest $65. In the Type 3, the side frame lines are continuous from top to bottom of the plate. And here's the line. You can see it goes all the way to the top of the perforation as it wants to continue up to the top of the sheet. And right here it goes all the way down and stops right at the margin, which is normal, and it should, because it's just the margin that should not be printed on. And here we have the issue of 1860 in type 2 with a catalog value of, yes, $300. At the top and bottom, the projections are partly cut away. In a type 1, they would resemble those on the sides of the stamp. In other words, they would be very complete, like the side here and the side over here. And on the top, you can see in part they're cut away. There's just a trace of them. And the same holds true for the bottom, which also may be difficult to see in this picture, but it is that way. And on the left, we have a CSA stamp, Confederate States of America, of 1862 in Mint Not Hinged. The catalog value for Mint Hinged is $20, so this one probably has a slight premium. And this low catalog value, I'm not too worried about. Is it a forgery or is it real? I believe it is good, but it's only my opinion. And the gum looks kind of old, yes. So I feel pretty good about that one. On the right, a postmaster's provisional of 1846 in a block. As perhaps a forgery, which is probably most likely, or I would hope maybe a reprint. So again, we keep that expertiser busy, so that's what needs to be done in such a situation. And USA official stamps, first issued in 1873 by the Continental Banknote Company. In 1879, the American Banknote Company did the printing. All were abolished in 1884. Now stamps, mint or used, and each department had its own color. In this case, the War Department, kind of a rose pinkish type color. So very nice. And computer vended postage stamps. Oh yes, they're also collectible. On the left, with some printing flaw and otherwise typically low catalog value. The right stamp properly printed with low value as well. Well, this goes to show philately with endless choices. Aren't we lucky? I think we are. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed a little of my video. Thank you so very much for watching. Yes, a few treasures here and there come up every now and then. So let's keep on hunting and hope for the best. Good luck to all of you. My channel, Stamp Space, My Fun Things.